subscribers on YouTube. 0 to 100K in just... I just hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. 0 to 100K in just 5 months. And here's the truth. I did not follow the conventional wisdom. Some things, yes, but along the way, I figured out a bunch of new tactics that really sped this process up. So in this video, I'm gonna break it all down. These are my 9 biggest non-obvious lessons for going from 0 to 100K on YouTube. And if you wanna grow faster, you're gonna wanna watch this video. All right, lesson number 1 is absolutely critical. This is the biggest reason why I was failing YouTube before. So many people get this wrong. The most important factor for winning on YouTube is making videos for a super precise audience profile. I call this audience matching. You want to match your content with the same audience over and over and over. Let me explain what this means. To grow on YouTube, you need the algorithm to put your videos in front of the right people. This is obvious. But here's what's not obvious. If you help the algorithm find these people, it will push your videos to more of them and you will grow faster. If you make it harder for the algorithm to find these people, it will not push your videos and you will grow slower. So it's critical that you help the algorithm get confident in knowing who to push your videos to. Okay, so what does that actually mean? If you make 10 videos in a row about science, the algorithm is pretty confident that video number 11 is gonna be about science. That means it knows exactly who to push video number 11 to, people that wanna watch videos about science. This is an example of a good audience match. All the videos are aligned for viewers that want to watch science. But here's the problem. The more you jump around to different types of videos on the same channel, the worse it is. So you make one video about science, and then you make a video that's more about tech, and then you make a video about career paths as a scientist, and then you make a video vlogging where you kind of do science stuff but kind of don't. These seem the same, but they're actually all targeting very different audience profiles. In other words, the type of person that would find value in each of those videos is not the same. There's some overlap, but there's also a lot of difference. So if you do this, the algorithm gets really confused. It has no idea what your next video is gonna be, and so it doesn't know which of those subsets to push it to. And when that confidence is down, the algorithm pushes you less, the click-through is lower, your videos don't do as well, and you grow way slower. This is an example of an audience mismatch. If your content audience fit is misaligned, your channel will not grow. And I know this because my first YouTube channel, which literally has an interview with me and Mark Zuckerberg, is a dead channel. Nothing I post is gonna grow on there. And that's because I tried making tech videos, but I also tried vlogs and these content breakdowns and entrepreneurial blueprints. All 4 of those video types were actually kind of good, but the targeting on that profile was all over the place. And this is the really important part. The reason I tried to make all of those different types of videos is because I made the critical mistake of assuming that the game was me making videos about the type of stuff that I liked. Because I assumed that if people subscribe to my channel for me, then all the different stuff I liked, they would like. And this is a massive, massive flaw in logic. Because here's the brutal truth. People are not watching for you. They're watching for them. They like you as the messenger, but they're primarily there for the message. Whether it's motivation, inspiration, tactics, comedy, entertainment, they watch your stuff because they're getting something out of it for themselves. So by making 4 different types of videos for 4 different audience profiles across 4 different sets of needs, you're actually alienating all of them. And worse, the algorithm doesn't know which of the 4 to push to next. To grow on YouTube, you need the algorithm to be really good at finding new people that are not currently subscribed to you. And the easiest way to help it find those people is for every single one of your videos to be super valuable for the same audience profile. All right, so what does all this tactically mean for you? How can you take this and tweak your strategy on YouTube? Let me lay it out exactly. When you're starting your channel, you need to start out with the audience, not the topic. Imagine your audience is a single person, one individual. Who are they? What are the sets of problems or interests that they're interested in solving? You need to make videos week after week after week for that one person. And if they truly are your dream viewer and you truly make videos that help them, there are likely going to be thousands of other people exactly like them that the algorithm will go find for you. For example, on this channel, I make videos for entrepreneurs that are trying to grow faster with content to build bigger businesses. This has always been my focus. Every single video I make has been for that exact same audience, entrepreneurs, for that exact same purpose to grow their business in the exact same way with content on social media. And because I've been so militantly narrow from the beginning, the algorithm has gotten really, really good at helping me find more of those entrepreneurs. If I make 22 videos in a row that resonate super deeply for this audience, then the algorithm's pretty sure that number 23 is also going to resonate deeply. And because of that, it pushes my stuff more. Now, the worst thing I could possibly do, now that I have that algorithm focused and trained on 23 videos in a row, is violate that consistency with some random video. I think of this audience matching phenomenon kind of like playing a form of internet darts. The more you throw darts at this same board, the bigger and bigger the target gets, it gets easier and easier for you to hit it. This increasing of the board is the algorithm helping you. But if you throw one dart at this board, a second dart at that board, a third dart at this board, all the boards start getting smaller because the algorithm doesn't want your off-target darts messing up the board. Once you pick an audience avatar, you're allowed to experiment wildly with different types of formats. Think of those like different shapes of darts, but you need to be super narrow and disciplined with the audience focus, the board you throw to. And here's the last thing I'll say on this to prove to you how important this is. On this channel, I made my biggest video about storytelling that just hit 1 million views. Well, I posted that exact same video on the Zuck channel, literally the exact same video, and it was capped at 1,700 views. Same video, wrong avatar, audience mismatch. All right, now lesson number 2 is super counterintuitive, and this will save so many of you. When you start a YouTube channel, your intuition is that when you make a video, you want to post and share that video on all your other social platforms to get people to come watch it. You'll tweet about it, you'll put it on Instagram stories, you'll make a LinkedIn post. Do not do this. It is crushing your YouTube growth. And let me explain exactly why. Think of every social media platform like a highway. The viewers on those platforms are driving cars at different speeds. So short form videos like the Autobahn, let's say it's 90 miles an hour. Twitter is maybe 75 miles an hour. YouTube is maybe 50 miles an hour. People watching YouTube have their brains clocked at 50 miles an hour. That's what normal looks like to them. So when they see your video come up organically on the YouTube home feed and they click it, the speed and delivery and pace is kind of exactly what they're expecting to watch. But when you post about a YouTube video on Instagram Reels or Stories, some other platform, this takes someone who's driving at 90 miles an hour and forces them to immediately ramp down to 50. This is a mismatch from what their baseline is. And so what happens is they click, they go to the YouTube video, they watch for 30 seconds, and then they bounce because it wasn't the consumption pattern and speed that their brain was clocked at. Now, maybe they churn because the speed was too slow. Maybe they churn because they didn't have the full 15 minutes to watch the YouTube video. But whatever it is, they churn. And this sends a super negative signal back to the YouTube algorithm because the algorithm is only evaluating your video on really 2 factors. One is click-through rate, how many people click the thumbnail and get to the video, and 2 is average view duration. How much does an average viewer actually watch of your video? When someone clicks your link from Instagram Stories or any of those other platforms, you don't actually get credit for the click-through rate because they never clicked the thumbnail, they went straight to the video. And then their average view duration is super short, 30 seconds or 1 minute because of the miles per hour problem. So it's actually a double negative that you do not want. And this double negative nukes the metrics because it signals to the algorithm, hey, don't push this video on the homepage. People are clicking and not liking. This is a disaster for growth. So the question is, what should you do? How should you approach this? And the answer is, you should do nothing. Personally, I have 800,000 followers on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, LinkedIn, all the other platforms. Not a single one of them knows that I post videos on YouTube because YouTube wants people that like YouTube to keep liking YouTube and keep watching YouTube. So I figured, let's just let YouTube do its thing. I don't want to cloud the algorithm with anything. It's good at finding people if you stay aligned, to my point before. So let's just let it do its thing. In a way, this trains the algorithm that all of the work is on it to grow the channel. And it's actually really good at that. Now, if you just can't help yourself, you have this huge following on social media, you're brand new on YouTube, you really want to tell people, you can do it, but absolutely do not post a link. Take a screenshot of the thumbnail, put that thumbnail on Stories or tweet about it, make people go into YouTube, search your name in the search bar, find that thumbnail and click it. Even though their viewer duration might be low because of the miles per hour issue, at least you get credit for the click-through rate, which helps one of the 2 metrics. Now, I will say the only cross-platform content medium that does work well to share your YouTube links is email. And the reason why is because while YouTube is at 50 miles an hour, email is more like 20 miles an hour. And people are willing to go from slow to fast. They're not willing to go from fast to slow. And so if you want to help grow and you have an email list, sharing your YouTube links in email can actually be a huge help. By the way, before I keep going, you can probably tell I don't really think about content the same way as everybody else. If you like the way I think about this stuff, I've got 2 other things in the description for free that you're probably gonna like. The first one is called Virality Blueprint, and this is my approach to dissecting how virality actually works. It's a 5-day email series. You can subscribe below, completely free. It's at viralityblueprint.com. And the second thing is I write a weekly newsletter about this stuff where I share these kind of hidden gem behind the scenes tactics that I don't talk about on YouTube. That's called Content Department. You can subscribe to that at content.game. All right, let's keep going. Now, the third lesson is to understand how the psychology of being a small channel works and how viewers actually perceive you. Here's how social media and content psychology really plays out. People will more freely click and stay on your profile once your following passes a social credibility line. Let's say that line is 2,000 subscribers. So what actually happens is if you only have 200 subscribers or a video with like 64 views, people may see your title thumbnail and actually get intrigued, but then they'll look and see the small subscribers or small views and they'll think twice before clicking. It's sad, but this is the reality of how it works as a small channel. This is why it's so much harder to get that escape velocity initially, because there's just a lower percentage of people that are willing to give you a chance. What you need to do is find a way to get to that social credibility line so that any random viewer will give you a max opportunity. And this line varies from niche to niche and format to format, but on YouTube, I think it's about around 10,000 subscribers. Now, there are 2 pathways to get there. The common path, which is what most people have to do, is just hammer videos consistently and kind of step up 100 to 200 subscribers over and over, building up until you get to 10K. And like I said, this is really common. That hockey stick graph, there's a reason that flat part lasts so long. That's just how long it takes. Now, the uncommon path, which to be honest, few people get to experience, is to have some lucky viral outlier. If you get one of these, it'll bring in thousands or tens of thousands of people overnight, and it will rush you right up to and above that social credibility. And to be fair, hitting that viral jackpot doesn't make you rich. It just means that for every video after that point, every person's gonna give you the max chance to watch it. Now, the big question everybody wants to know is, how can I engineer the viral hit? And the easiest way to do it is with what I call a quality shock. It's not actually about what you're saying in the early stage. It's more that the package of your overall video is so shockingly good relative to how small you are that people subscribe almost as like a tip of the cap. And to be honest, the only way to engineer this predictably is to have pretty advanced video skills from the beginning, which is fair, not many people have. So the way to get this uncommon lucky viral outcome, it's either a quality shock or it's just pure luck. Now, I'll be honest with you, on this channel, I was fully planning on the grinded out strategy. 100 to 200 subscribers at a time. It was gonna take 2 years. I was settling in for that, and I was investing in the team before. I just got lucky with the latter that I had a viral hit. For mine, I actually had 2 viral hits back to back. My 5th and 6th videos on this channel ended up at 1 million and almost 200,000 views. But I'll be transparent, that was my 25th long form video that I tried and my 300th video total between long and shorts. I had thousands of hours in front of the camera, thousands of hours editing. There's a lot that goes in behind the scenes to create the lucky overnight viral hit. So I'm just being transparent. I was planning on not even having one, but I got lucky that I had 2 back to back. All right, the next 3 lessons are gonna be super tactical about the 3 most important parts of the videos themselves. But then after that, I'm gonna break down a few of the mindset hacks that were really, really critical in helping me keep going. Okay, now the 4th lesson, you may have heard before, but I've got a few unique learnings on it. The truth about YouTube is that it's not really a game of who can make the best videos. It's more of a game on who can get the most people to click on the right title thumbnail and then validate that click in the intro. It's frustrating, but YouTube, the video platform, is actually a packaging game because the best in class click-through rates are like 10 to 12%. So that means 9 out of 10 people that see your thumbnail will not click on it. 90% of the potential viewers that could have watched never even watched. Now, as someone that came from mastering short form first, this was super hard for me to accept. Because with short form, there is no packaging, there's no title, there's no thumbnail. Ideas still matter a ton, but the short form feeds just surface your videos automatically to people, so you don't even have to think about packaging. Here's a couple of the quick hit learnings that I picked up about YouTube packaging that will help you. On YouTube, you really shouldn't start making the video until you have the title and thumbnail relatively dialed. For titles, they should complement the thumbnail and literally bait a click. Not clickbaity in the schemy way, but you need people to click on the video to watch it. Usually this is by describing their dream outcome or a pain point in the title that you're gonna solve. For the thumbnail, you should follow the 3-item rule. At max, you should only have 3 things on the thumbnail. Maybe it's you, maybe it's a couple words in text, and then maybe it's a graphic. That's it. Anything small, they're not gonna see. Anything complex and detailed, they're not gonna see. And here's another tip that people don't talk about a lot. The emotion on your face in the image matters a ton. You want the emotion on the facial expression to match the tone of the title or the tone that a viewer should experience when they're reading the title.